And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, James out west. It's Wednesday, February 24th, 2021.
Crazy.
We're almost through February already, bro. Football season's been over for like 2 weeks. It feels like 2 months.
Still fun stuff coming out of the NFL, though.
Every day. That's why it's the greatest sport in the world.
I would agree.
But continue.
But first off, we got to start off with the craziest thing that happened yesterday with Tiger.
Yeah, goodness gracious. So Tiger Woods was driving. It sounds like he was late to a golf lesson with Drew Brees in Palos Verdes.
And Justin Herbert, they were doing a shoot. The day before, he shot with Dwayne Wade and David Spade.
Okay.
And so the way that it was described to me, or the way that I heard it, is that that's kind of a little hilly spot, and he was coming down. And it's when there's no traffic in L.A., you speed. So
yeah, but it's not in L.A. It's on an island, a very hilly situation.
Right,
the locals are talking about, like, if you've never driven there, I guess from what I'm told, my family lived, so Teresa and her brothers, they grew up and lived in Palos Verdes for a while, and they were like, yeah, those roads are no joke. Like, those hills are crazy. Teresa pulled off the side of the road once in the fog, called her dad, was like, you got to come get me because I can't see anything. I'm scared. Like, because you can just go off a cliff.
Sure. Yeah, it's California. But luckily, he's going to be okay. Sounds like. Got to get a couple screws. He shattered his ankle, broke his other leg. They had to use the jaws of life to get him out, but he's okay. That's
from a life-threatening injury, he's okay. Will he ever play golf again? I don't know.
I don't think that's important enough.
No, that's what I'm saying. Just I want him to be able to go help his son Charlie play golf.
If you saw him the day before getting interviewed, he was all hunchback, like looking.
Yeah, he shouldn't be.
Who knew if he was ever going to play anyways? But either way, it's good that it didn't end up in the worst of ways.
Yeah, no kidding.
All right, so
now that we know that, though, that was the marketing for Genesis. Their logo was just like right up on top of the door when it was flipped over. Like you could just see what it was. Yeah. The Genesis Invitational.
They gave it.
I'll never forget that golf tournament, the Genesis Invitational, because that's burned in my brain now from seeing that video.
It was scary seeing that car, or the
SUV,
wild. Whatever.
That was pretty wild.
But
that was pretty wild.
So let's talk a little bit about some NFL. So you brought this up to me, day or two ago? I think this is hilarious.
The Mitchell Trubisky thing?
Yeah, yes.
So Mitch being, did you happen to write it down? Here, I'll pull that out.
I got it for you. So there's only one NFL quarterback that has started 50-plus games and has never thrown a pick six, and that's Mitchell Trubisky.
Hey, just saying. Y'all might want to think about that.
That's interesting. That's hilarious.
So let's kind of go right off of that right there. He's a free agent.
Yeah.
He's obviously not staying in Chicago.
Don't think so.
Where does Mitch Trubisky end up? Does he end up in New England? Does New England say, hey, we can win with that guy?
I don't know. There's been a whole lot of talk around Cam lately, with him talking about Parcells being, a cool dude. Like, who knows? There's so many different options that can happen.
Did you say Parcells?
Did I say Parcells?
You said Parcells.
Oh my gosh, Belichick. Just see.
Damn, went old school.
I went
Parcells up in
Belichick.
this.
Thank you for the correction. I apologize.
You just tossed me for a minute. I was like,
I don't know. Like, there's a lot of who's.
Do your Niners want him?
No, because he's not much of an upgrade. I'd rather stay with Garoppolo. And supposedly Lynch is saying we're staying with Garoppolo. I don't believe it. I think we're going to have to give up a lot to get Deshaun Watson.
Is he going to be a backup somewhere?
Who? Garoppolo?
Mitch.
Oh, Mitch?
I'm just saying, we're playing musical chairs. If now we know Ben Roethlisberger, 75% roughly that he stays, only because they got to work out something with his contract, but probably coming back and staying, which
just give him the bonus, and then they don't even have to worry about the salary.
And I'm 100% fine with him coming baback. He's not who he used to be.
Well, yeah, of course.
The Browns have taken, of course.
Of course.
Please, sign a 5-year extension, Big Ben.
Yeah, but no, that's, I'm sure that's going to happen, but there's a lot of, what's going to happen with Dak? There's a lot of what's going to go up in the air.
Tons.
Even going on the other side, is JJ going to sign with you guys?
So let's address this real quick because we do have the current situation at hand. That is John Clayton, the ex-ESPN NFL insider, who now basically just resides in Seattle and really follows and kind of covers that area and the football there. But he says what he stated was that he's not going to sign with Pittsburgh, that Green Bay, Buffalo, and Tennessee are still in the mix. He didn't say Cleveland either way, so people took it that Cleveland was out because he didn't mention them in those three. First off, John Clayton isn't breaking any news unless it was 1997 to 2003. So we'll go ahead and push that to the side.
Yes, yeah.
I think he doesn't know where he wants to go, so nobody else is going to know either. I think he does want a chance to win. Obviously, he said a chance to make the Super Bowl, I think he would like to stay in the AFC, in my opinion. Also, I think if you're only signing a 2-year deal, wouldn't you like to be able to play Houston at least one time? Tennessee, you're playing them twice. Does that matter? Tennessee's awfully close to Chicago.
If you have a better chance to win somewhere
but Tennessee's else. I'm saying, but Tennessee's close to Chicago, which is where his wife plays soccer.
Yeah.
It's in the same division. They're a playoff team with a defense that has the ability to be a Super Bowl contender.
I don't think we're going to find out. I think he's going to wait through the draft. I think he's going to wait to see what teams are coming out, and he's probably going to be one of the later signings. I do not see him signing anytime soon.
I flipped that.
He's in that spot where he's...
I flipped that because I feel like he's one of those guys that wants to, lace up the bootstraps and get to work right away.
Oh, he already is. It doesn't.
Yeah, but you want to know who you're playing with, who's around you, but coach, I think that matters.
Like beginning of summer, but he's going to be a later signing.
Okay. So Tom Brady's talking about an extension. They're talking about extension down there with Tom. Obviously, that is, let's sign him to a 4-year deal. We can lessen the amount of money he gets now to help re-sign other guys.
And it gets everybody excited.
Run it back.
It gets everybody excited.
Sure.
And who knows? Cryotherapy works and avocado ice cream and
it all works.
Stuff. So,
it all works.
You would marry a supermodel.
Who's a witch?
So, oh my gosh. So one other thing I wanted to bring up about football is, so have you heard this about Alex Smith? And he's
Washington
done with Washington.
Oh yeah, they didn't want him to play.
And the way that he was treated.
Yeah.
That's so.
So where's he going?
I love that he won Comeback Player of the Year and just like put it back in their face. So that's another quarterback that's going to be out there because he ain't.
I'm trying to find the veteran quarterback that goes to New England because New England was 7-9 last year with a bum ass squad with a guy who just didn't mesh. I don't know if Cam was still injured, what was going on offensively. He couldn't throw the ball. They didn't throw the ball. It was a terrible offense ran. They still won 7 games with no receivers, no skill players whatsoever. And they had 9 defensive players opt out. So what happens there? So that's why I'm kind of seeing
Cam goes back.
You think you think they're going to re-up for that?
One more year.
No way.
Okay.
All right, beer and wings.
I thought that they were going to
soda and wings, because there's no way that's happening.
Okay, fair enough.
This is a very deep free agency for wide receivers this year.
Godwin.
So you got Godwin, Juju, AJ Green, Allen Robinson, T.Y. Hilton.
That's going to be
Kenny Golladay.
Yep.
I mean, Dez is a name, but he's still a free agent. He showed that he can still play, so maybe he gets a shot somewhere.
Right.
AB, he just won the Super Bowl, was pretty competitive. Does he re-stay in there? Does he go down to Miami? Now, obviously, Gronk's not a wide receiver, but he is a free agent for the first time in his career. Does he stay in Tampa with Tom? You would think so.
Yes. AB and Gronk stay in Tampa Bay.
Now, we're going to go back to this real quick. I almost don't even want to let you speak on this, but Deshaun Watson and Mr. Unlimited, neither of them are leaving their current situations. No one's trading for Russell Wilson. The number 3 squad's not going anywhere. It's about legacy. He's staying there. I know you really think Deshaun, and now it's been leaked out that he'd go to one of 3 teams and all this and that, but if they don't put together the best offer, Ben Albright, who is a reporter in Denver but covers the NFL, he's awesome. If you guys have never checked him out, he's pretty dialed in. When people were saying, well, Deshaun's got all the leverage, Benjamin Albright's like, no. Houston has all the leverage because they don't have to trade him. Let him sit. They recoup $27 million of their own dollars, and it's 1 less year on the contract. This is not...
It's going to take an offer, I think it's going to happen.
I don't see anybody having the cojones or having the equity to do it.
It would take us giving up Fred Warner, which would suck, plus Garoppolo, plus probably first round, second round for the next 2 years, plus probably like a third round conditional. That could get it done. I
do not see them caving.
I don't know. But we'll see.
We keep going round and round, but this is our weekly Deshaun Watson not getting traded or traded talk.
It's our Deshaun Watson rant of the week. All right, let's get into baseball. So, a couple things. Not a whole lot going on with baseball, but Bobby Bonilla turned 58 yesterday.
Yes, sir.
He retired in 2001.
Yep.
Right. So do you remember that the Mets didn't want to pay him $5.8 million, and he refused. So he ended up signing a deal that from 2011 to 2035,
yep,
he was going to get $1.19 million on July 1st every year.
Every year, July 1st, like clockwork, family gets paid.
The New York wants to make July 1st Bobby Bonilla Day.
As they should. I mean,
that is crazy, and that's amazing and good for him. That's awesome.
Now, he's not the only one that's kind of had that kind of a deal. Brett Saberhagen had one where he gets $250,000 a year for 25 years from also the Mets, which began in 2004. Really Max Scherzer gets $105 million total from the Nationals that'll be paid through 2028. Manny Ramirez will collect $24.2 million from the Reds through 2026.
A year?
No, just total coming up.
Oh,
that is wild. Wow. That is some wild information. But yeah, the Bobby Bonilla Day, which I absolutely love, the fact that he does that. And that's smart. And, there were some guys that did that, that deferred, like Randy Johnson, those guys, when the Diamondbacks went through and they were getting paid. But it wasn't quite what the Bobby Bonilla thing was, which the first of its kind.
He just felt disrespected, and he was smart. He was a businessman.
Very smart.
I like it. So the other thing I want to talk about is, Pujols.
Yes, sir.
So his wife tweeted that pretty much this is going to be Pujols' last year, and then immediately that got taken down.
Yeah.
But Pujols gave 3 little hearts.
Yeah, because it's going to be.
But
he'll fulfill the contract.
I did not think he was going to get
Nobody
to this point.
did. Nobody thought he would fulfill this contract. Everybody, I can remember when he signed it, how everybody kind of was like banging on it. Can't believe that he signed this. Can't believe that they would do that. There's no way he's going to make it. He's got partial ownership. He's going to be in the front office when he retires, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I should have my boy Burkhardt on here, who's a huge Angels fan. I don't know why, but he is an Angels fan nonetheless.
Dude, that's impressive.
It is. Hats off.
He was a Hall of Famer before he did that 10-year contract.
So let's just talk about the audacity that is the Angels, because what did they get done with all the years that they had him and Trout together?
Not a whole lot.
Did they? And again, this is my...
They've spent some money, but they're not doing like what the Dodgers are doing.
I feel like, Mike Scioscia was the manager there. They did... did they ever? I feel like, didn't they? Did they make the World Series?
They made a couple of runs, but nothing deep.
But nothing deep, huh? Jesus.
No, it's wow. That's baseball for you.
Yeah, that's
Anyways, all right, so let's get into some basketball. So let's talk about LeBron first.
Sure, go ahead.
Saying that he's an old man and they need to rest him, and he's calling BS, saying this is my job, this is my profession, this is what I'm here to do. Like, don't give me that. Like, I work out more, don't even question me about 40 minutes. Are you kidding me?
Right. Load management's a load of junk.
It shows what happens when your big man is out.
Oh, you mean, no, listen. So this is just like very similar to LeBron's first 7 years in Cleveland. A lot
of people out.
The first 7 years in Cleveland where it was LeBron and a bunch of mediocre players at best, and he has to drag them through.
The worst team to ever make it to the finals.
100%. 100%. I absolutely agree with that. Absolutely agree with that. He probably did that twice, to be honest.
Yeah.
Especially that last run in Cleveland last year. But at any rate, no, you don't question him. Listen, he knows his body better than anybody. He probably is one of the most tuned in athletes to.
At 36, he knows exactly what he's doing. Yeah, I agree.
And I think he knows that it's all about legacy. He can rest when he's retired because he needs to absolutely keep his foot on the pedal, because he can't go into if AD misses a significant amount of time, he has to be able to keep them in the top 4. He cannot have them as a 5 or 6 seed.
But he's fine with it because Anthony Davis will be back. They have time. He knows how to play this game. It's okay. Everybody freaks out. But they're actually playing the number 1 team right now against Utah tonight.
Which, that's shows.
Gonna be interesting.
Now, all-star snubs?
Oh, man.
Because there was a few?
My biggest one that I'm so frustrated with is Booker.
Well, that's what everybody's frustrated with.
And Chase Young.
Now,
But Booker,
Trae Young. Trae Young?
Trae Young.
I was like, damn, Chase Young's an all-star in the NBA too?
Yeah.
My brother.
He just wins.
Showing up for Ohio State.
Things all the time. Trae Young.
I do have I believe I pulled this up. So Chris Paul, when asked about how Devin Booker felt about the all-star snub, he said, Book is going to be fine. Yeah. Mont said in said it this morning, and it's true for me too. I came here because of Book. You know what I mean? Don't make any mistake about that. I came to Phoenix because of Book.
Yeah.
Courtesy of Gina Mizell, Twitter.
And LeBron said that he's the most
disrespected player in the league.
Player in the NBA.
He is.
I agree.
He is.
That boy puts up 50, 60-point games.
Yep.
And he's doing it with Chris Paul.
They have a good young squad.
They have a good team. And
this Suns team should be exciting. I hope the local area gets behind them. They just opened up to allowing fans now, so I would like to go catch a game.
I would love it.
Yeah. Well, let's do that.
So it's going to be interesting with the All-Star. Hold up. Okay.
We missed one snub. Colin Sexton.
Yeah.
Cleveland Cavalier point guard.
I don't necessarily put him above the other two, but I agree with you.
Well, they'd be East and West. Trey would be in the East
I'm just saying
with
overall,
Colin. But
correct.
Colin's averaging 24 and 4 on a terrible team. They're terrible. The Cavs team is so bad.
The one thing with the NBA game is it always is a popularity contest.
Oh, yeah.
There's
the All-Star game doesn't matter, but we have to talk about it because this is a sports show, and that is the NBA.
And it's going to be interesting this year. So we're going to have the skills challenge, 3-point contest before the All-Star game on Sunday. So no Saturday night. Then we're going to have the All-Star game, and at halftime, we're going to have the dunk contest. How do you feel about that?
I hate it. NBA All-Star Saturday night.
I love Saturday. We always barbecue.
TNT,
we sit down in front of the TV,
Chuck,
all the whole family.
Kenny the Lane Jet Smith.
The one thing that I do like is that you're going to have people watching the All-Star game because they're going to want to see the dunk contest.
That's what this is. It's the pool ratings for the...
And it's an excuse to try something different.
Yeah, okay.
Because the players didn't even want to do this anyways. So... it's going to be interesting. I really hope Zion gets in.
I'll catch it on Clippets.
And John Morant, I would love to see.
Sure.
But we'll see what happens. So, man. It'll be interesting. I'm going to end up watching the whole thing anyway. No matter if...
I may have it on in the garage. I don't know if I can put myself through watching the whole thing.
We'll see. I don't know.
I'm barely getting back in the NBA. Now you're going to throw that game at me.
Well, that's... where all the excitement's at.
What? Watching the exhibition of 176 to 174 where they turn it on in the fourth quarter? Get out of here.
I love the skill challenge. I love the 3-point
I
contest.
love all that stuff. I usually don't watch it. I love the All-Star game back in the day when it mattered, when guys were battling each other because it was like, no, I'm the best here. No, I'm the best here. When Kevin Garnett is talking smack to Tim Duncan in the elevator at the hotel on Saturday night, going to the All-Star game Saturday night, he's talking smack to him about how he's going to... come on, dog.
So what's funny is you reminded me, I saw this today on Instagram, is that Allen Iverson talking crap to LeBron in his first All-Star game, just being like, dude, you're 16 years old. You're going to win it. You know you're going to go for it. Yeah. I ain't got no chance to win MVP. Just do your thing. Like, whatever. And Allen Iverson just being the same old man. Like, I love it. So we were kind of BSing and kind of talking about some different old school pickup games.
Right.
So we played in a couple of leagues together.
Yep. Man, that was a long time ago.
Man, it's crazy thinking back. So that was maybe 8-10 years ago. But just some of the different people playing against.
Oh, yeah.
Man, I played against Dan Marley and his brother.
Mm-hmm.
They would walk across half court and just drop it. It was so frustrating. You couldn't even...
LA Fitness, there was that game, the one at Scottsdale, where it was...
And one?
McNabb.
Oh, yeah.
Mike Bibby. Eddie House, Jason Terry, Jamie Foxx.
Were you there? I wasn't there for that.
Yeah, we were there. We didn't get to play. It was one of those walk by because you remember it was all glassed in. And then we were like, what is going on over there? Who is that? And then we were like, oh. So, we're like, yeah, we're just going to leave because we're never going to get on the floor.
That's funny. On that same floor, I played against a bunch of and one guys. That was awesome. The professor was there.
Yep.
Hawk.
Hot sauce.
No, hot sauce wasn't there that night. But that was awesome. That was a night where I actually drank way too much and then got the call that they and one guys were down there and got down there and I was just like, I'm here to play. Probably smelling like Jack Daniels, but those were the old days.
That's terrible. Yeah, Anquan Bolden. I watched Anquan at a LA Fitness go up. I didn't get to play with him. Just watched him go baseline on a dude. Climb him, basically. Dude was 6'7", 6'8", kind of dunked on him. He had shorts down to his ankles, like a triple XL Michael Jordan t-shirt. I mean, the sleeves were short sleeve, but they went to the 3/4. They were so big.
The 1998.
His shoes weren't they weren't tied. It was just it was incredible. It was incredible. Elite athletes.
And McNabb, I've played against McNabb a couple of times, and oh man, dude, he's a stud. He uses his body.
Oh yeah.
So like it's incredible.
Hey, who was dude that was the quarterback? Oh my God, I feel so bad. I don't remember this for the Arizona Rattlers forever.
Oh, we played with him.
Played with him all the time.
Oh my gosh, I cannot remember, but we played.
We played with him a lot. He was a cool dude.
For 2 years. Oh my gosh, I can't.
At any rate, shout out to him.
Yes, sorry, but anyways, he was awesome.
He was fun to play with.
He was a blast. So,
what was one of the worst situations you had playing pickup ball like that? Like mine didn't come with any like athletes. It was more of a just at the park, got taken out from underneath my legs, and
so like who was like
come up swinging?
Who I played against?
Yeah. Like or a story like what was the most like come on dog, your come on dog moment?
Okay, well, I'm not going to name names. It was an NFL player.
Okay,
he's local. This was probably about 8 years ago. So he has his team, and we had our team, and so over maybe a year to 2.5 years, we played each other probably
4 or 5 times,
half a dozen times, yeah. So in probably the third or fourth game, it's getting heated, and we have a pretty good team, and he got a breakaway, and it is impressive to see a man that big move that quickly and be that strong. But it's he and I'm thinking I'm going to block the heck out of a shot. I go up, and I get the full elbow, which is the size of my kneecap,
right
to my throat. I couldn't speak for like a week. Do you remember this?
Yes.
So what's crazier is that kind of got everything heated. Then he almost got into a fight. Then that person got kicked out of the game. And let's just say that there was a lot of...
Was it kind of like the scene from White Man Can't Jump? Where dude left and like went and got a weapon of choice.
I ain't gonna say,
you remember that?
But I'm gonna say it was pretty dang close. There was a lot of different.
Oh man!
But got kicked out of the game. Yeah, we always kind of had a little bit of a beef, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I mean,
I love trash talking on the basketball court. Although we are both retired.
Yeah. Actually, what's funny is the game before that, Crawford and we were sitting in the steam room, and he came in and was BSing.
Yeah, it's cool about it. But on the court, it's probably just like being on the field,
what was going on and everything. So I mean, it is what it is. It's sports, but it's just funny. That was the one. Like, man,
come on, man.
Yeah,
like you did not have to do that,
right? For sure.
Oh, that's awesome.
Okay, so let's finish it off.
All right.
I like doing this little segment.
Yep, you're awesome.
Mm-hmm. So OSM, the old stubborn man. Do you have anything?
No, I mean I've been woosahing a lot, working on not being that way. Working on not being that way because
you bought a land up north and now
you're
barns and doing all that. I get it.
So
okay.
I guess that is old man. Well, first off, last week's old man segment, we got a lot of feedback. I had people texting me going, what in the hell is he talking about?
Yeah.
I wear slippers and sandals all the time.
Yeah.
I have people going, y'all are crazy. Be like, that is some shit that I look at too. I had people come back to me the other way going, yeah, I'm the same way. What are you doing?
It's not so much like I'm not trying to walk through the grocery store while I'm shopping for food and seeing a grown man's toes right there.
Sure, I get what you're saying. I'm saying.
And there's a lot to it.
I get
but at the same point, I got a lot of flack for saying that.
Oh, good.
But whatever. So this week, I'm going to make it a little bit simpler. What makes me an old silver man is that I get frustrated about people not having respect these days.
I can get on board with that.
To me, if there's a woman or a child, I'm opening the door for him. I don't care who it is. If it's a man, I'm walking in first, but I'm still going to hold that open for you.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's a thank you. And it's kids these days, and I'm not saying everybody.
No.
But it's, yes, sir, yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
You don't have to be military, but at the same point, thank you.
Yep.
I appreciate that.
Yep.
It's the customer service that you get at the counter, and when you actually appreciate them back.
Yeah.
People don't have that respect, and that, like, when I see that, it just frustrates me. It gives me that, like, man, I want to say something.
And it will make somebody's day, let me tell you. This was about 4 or 5 months ago. Local gas station right up the corner. I went there in the morning. I held the door. She was like, wait, this gal was on her way in. She dropped her stuff. I'm like holding the door for a little while. She's like, oh, thank you. And when I turn around, she saw my jacket. The back of my jacket said Cleveland. She was like, oh, where are you from?
Oh, of course.
And I was like, well, I'm from Akron. Oh, shit, me too. And we just kind of started rapping. And we just had, while I was paying for my gas. And when I left, she was like, you just made my day. I haven't seen nobody from Ohio, blah, 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 blah. Like, went through this whole thing. And she was like, thank you for holding the door. Like, and it was like, now she's going to go to work with a better attitude.
Yep.
And then that's going to pay it along. Not saying like I sparked something, but just that littlest thing can pay it forward to where.
And even if she wouldn't have said anything to you,
yeah, I felt good about it.
You would have had a little spunk about your little hipping and giddy up.
Yeah.
Like, that's exciting. Like, I feel like that's the thing is that people just take advantage and they just expect things. Show a little bit of respect.
Sure.
It's just that little bit extra. I think it's so simple, and we need a lot more of that nowadays.
I'm good with that.
Hey, man, I think we covered a lot.
Yeah.
It's a good show.
Yeah. Next week.
See what happens next week.
Yeah, we'll see. There's always something.
It's.
I mean, hoping they'll start off with tragedies like Tiger and stuff, but.
Please don't. Let's have all positivity.
Yes,
and some good stuff.
Yes. All right, bro.
Hey.
Later.
One love.